Hey everyone, got my hiker trailer behind me. Picked it up in Columbus, Indiana about late June of 2023. It's now mid-January 2024, so I've had the trailer for about 6 months or so. Theme of this video is you get what you pay for. Not necessarily a bad thing, not necessarily a good thing either. I think I got what I paid for, so keep that in mind as I kind of talk through some of the issues in this video. Even so, there's things they could have done, like just vacuum out the inside to get rid of the wood chips from the pocket hole drilling. When they drilled the crossbars into the receiver up here, they got steel shavings on top of the roof and didn't clean those off. And the first time it got wet after I picked it up, well, let's just put it this way, I got a bunch of orange freckles on top. So yeah, I'll get those out eventually. But the warehouse is also a dirty environment, so it was quite filthy on top when I picked it up as well. And then probably the biggest complaint is the electric. So they were using stranded THHN household wiring, and that stuff doesn't belong on a vehicle, period. Don't know why they didn't use something else, maybe cost. The right wire isn't that much more expensive, so I don't know. Another thing about the wire is they would jam 4 wires into a butt splice. It's kind of a poor man's terminal strip or terminal block. And you just don't do that. I've done 2 wires in a pinch, but not something that's like safety critical, like the tail lights, right? So that's kind of the big stuff for right now. There's a few things that probably didn't make any of these videos. I'll just show you really quick. So let me turn the camera around. So first thing is the VIN stickers that are on the tongue. They probably should have put them on the A-frame, because if you're going to put an arc jack on aftermarket, not from the factory, that's where it clamps, and you can really damage the stickers. So I haven't found a good way of doing that yet. And then so the hardware on some of the lights is rusting. Yep. So yeah, like the flag, my neighbor's flag. So yeah, I think that's about it for right now. So we're gonna start off with the video. The first video I took when I got back, I think the day after I got back from hiker, going over my initial impressions. All right, guys, be right back. All right, so I went to Indiana yesterday to pick up my new hiker trailer. Just wanted to go through it with you guys. My first impression is you get what you pay for, and they are on the kind of lower end of the spectrum. Not the low, but lower. So they didn't really clean the trailer out after doing their drilling and stuff. So there's stuff there. Let's come up front. And there's stuff in the front cubby, and then Yeah, I brushed it off at Hiker, but there's like metal shavings up here, aluminum shavings. So this is the inside of the toolbox, and I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know. The washers look a little crushed. And then when I go under to see how everything's attached, it's a self-tapping screw. Yeah, okay. So one of the first upgrades might be to get some real bolts in there with some real washers. When I picked it up, the lady's going over the door with me, and she's mentioning, you know, one's the deadbolt, one's the latch lock, and, you know, if they start getting difficult, you know, just lubricate them. But she's like saying, like, be careful because they're Chinese made doors. Like, okay. Like, are you suggesting that you're maybe not using the best quality stuff in your trailers? And then she started talking about, like, the caulk. You know, they only offer like a 90-day warranty, like, on all the sealants. Like, what's up with that? Like, are they using Chinese caulk? Like the rejected Chinese caulk? And suggested I might have to, like, redo the caulk at some point, which you do have with some caulks. But like a 90-day warranty on the caulk, really? Is it gonna fall apart that fast? Is it gonna fall apart on day 91? And yeah. So don't know what to make of that. When I was hooking up the trailer to my truck, I told the lady that the reason I didn't want the battery hooked up or the wiring is that I do my own wiring and make my own batteries. Well, here you go. So I told her, you know, I do a lot of DC wiring. I even dabble in solar. And yeah, make my own batteries. And she's like, hey, do you want a job? Like, I'm not sure how that's supposed to work when I live a couple hours away, but I don't know. It might explain, you know, why there's debris left in the trailer, debris left on the trailer, some of the other little lack of attention to detail going on. Just some, you know, odd choices. I don't know. I mean, this switch right here turns on that ring light. You know, I keep reaching for the switch, like right here as you come in the door. So I think one of the first upgrades is going to be get a switch for that light. I also didn't really want this, but it's hard to tell them don't put that in. Like, I didn't really ask them if they could, like, not do some of the electric, because I'm just gonna do it myself, and might be redoing some of it. Like, this is probably alright, so that's QC3, so that might be like a 2.4 amp output, or maybe, yeah, I forget what QC30 is, but one of the first things I'm installing is some boxes, maybe up front, towards the back, and in the galley storage area that will do 100-watt power delivery. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm using that thing, but I'm leaving it there because there's a hole there if I take it out. And then there's this piece of junk Chinese something. Yeah, I'm getting a Blue Sea fuse block. Really nice fuse block for 42 bucks. This is coming out. This is coming out because I thought I told these guys, like, the option is, there's like an option like don't hook up the electric. And what do? They hooked up the electric. Yeah, I'm going to do my own battery, which I've got, clamps running from the battery to the leads for the battery, just to make sure the fan's running and lights are running. But yeah, I think this stuff's getting ripped out. So, oh yeah, so they've got this weather stripping over these. I guess they're holding like the diamond plate on, and they weren't completely seated from the factory. So I had them peeling off as I was driving. I didn't realize it until I got home, and they're hanging out like this. So have to watch that. I think it's the other thing is this is going to get replaced with one of those like arc jacks. I think they told me, yeah, this is a cheap Harbor Freight jack. All right. I can get the arc jack for this. That is, I forget what the number was, but $100 or $200 cheaper than they were going to sell it to me. Yeah, come on, guys. Like, make the pricing competitive, and I'll buy it from you instead of going out and buying it myself. So I just wanted to make a quick update, point out a few things after having had the hiker trailer for a little bit. So apparently they don't treat the steel parts, because like I've already got rust going on. Yeah, there's some other things I noticed, like well, this diamond plate really isn't diamond plate. It's cheap plastic that looks like diamond plate. I mean, this is metal, but this is cheapo plastic. And then when I did the MC4 cable gland housing on the other side, I noticed that the aluminum skins aren't glued or bonded to the plywood. I guess only time will tell if that's an issue. And then same thing here. It's hold on, there we go. It's like they tried gluing this, but it didn't take. Let's see if I can hold this still. Yep. And here's the MC4 cable gland. That's when I noticed that this aluminum skin was not glued. Yeah, oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, more rust. Yay. So guess what I'm doing? Getting out the fluid film. I think I mentioned before that I'm actively taking this wire down and installing new wire on the hiker. But look what I found. So this is the hold down bolt for the cab on top of the frame, and yeah, that's shouldn't install wire like that, because it's gonna starting to saw through that, and then eventually it would saw through the wire inside. So yep, another quality hiker install job. All right, I'm fixing all of it though. All right, everyone, another project on the hiker trailer. This is the 12 volt battery that runs the electric brakes on the trailer. Notice it needs charging because it's been sitting here for probably 4 or 5 months, not plugged into anything. So I was gonna rig up a pigtail with a power pole for a solar battery maintainer. And it's like, let me just look in here, see if it's something I can tap into over here. So I took the screws out. It's hinged on this side. Man, you can barely get this cover out. They made these wires way too short in here. Another problem for another day. I was like, okay, let me just go over to the box where the 7-pin connector gets distributed, and you know, everything's, you know, all the 7 colors are here. But then I noticed, hey, why is that loose? Why is that loose? Oh, because I forgot to tighten the nut down. Another quality hiker installation, par for the course on my trailer. And of course, if you haven't seen some of the other videos, they've got THHN household wiring throughout this trailer. I wonder why this ground was working with it being so loose. Yeah, this is all getting ripped out. I left it in to get through the end of the season. Yeah, at least the left and right brake lights are a proper stranded wire, but it's bare copper, it's not tinned copper. So again, better than the THHN. I mean, this stuff's stranded, but it's got thicker strands. It's got a much stiffer insulation than this stuff. But if you can use like tinned copper wire, use it, especially on the underside of a vehicle. I'm down here kind of looking around and like, what is that? So it looks like they misdrilled the hole for that hold down bolt, and they didn't seal it. Great. So another, you know, awesome hiker installation. I'll just get some silicone when it gets warmer out. Man, it's like January 1st, 2024. It's cold, so I don't want to do it right now. Alright, so decided I'm gonna fix this right now, or at least partially fix it. So I don't think I'm going to get under the trailer anytime soon. So this is going to stay. Well, recall. Let's see if I can get a good picture of this. So this is like, you know, household wiring. It's stranded, but it's household wiring. And what does it say? Type MTW or THWN or THHN. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut this, get these wires out, and then use this terminal strip with a bus bar to tie it together. Got everything hooked up to the terminal bar with the bus bar down here. So I forgot to record some of the wiring I was doing, and again, you see the THHN wire, which I'm getting rid of. The other thing I don't think there's a specific rule against it or guideline against it, but I don't like doubling up wires in a crimp terminal. In this case, of Let's Place. You can do it, but you want to make sure that the wires fit. And I think these were 12 gauge. Two 12 gauge is about a 10 gauge, and these yellow things are rated up to, I think, 10 gauge. The problem usually is the insulation being too tight inside. Alright guys, that's it. So I'm still a believer in you get what you pay for, and I think I got what I paid for. You know, Hiker is at the lower end of things, but I think I found enough goodness where, you know, that's what I like to do. I like to buy a good solid, you know, base, whether it's a trailer or something else, and then, you know, I've got the skill sets and I'm willing to learn new skills to you know, make it what I want. You know, I don't know, you know, that's, you know, certainly not everybody's cup of tea, but if your cup of tea is you know, buy a good basic model and you've got some skills, you know, you can make these trailers pretty good, I think. I'm not done yet, so just a quick preview. In the back there you see light and a fan. I think I got a video on the light. I don't think I got a video on the fan though. So be on the lookout for some videos on those things, and that's it. See you in the next video.